Greetings, badasses. You know what? I don't have to shout because I have this beautiful, teeny little microphone that actually works pretty damn well. And I don't want to shout because, can you hear it? Can you hear my voice? I am, got the crud. I think I got it on a plane when the dude behind us was fucking hacking and coughing and doing all the things. When we were coming home from Edinburgh. But and then of course the beard got sick and I thought it was allergies, and then he said, "Hey, you've been doing that for a while. Are you feeling sick?" And I said, "Why do you ask?" And he said, "Because I think I'm sick." Fuck. Anyway, so, but I have heard through the grapevine at all of the doctor's offices that I've been to since that there's a lot of crud going around. So I hope you're healthy. My name is Julia. Speaking of that, this is the fucking yoga company. Yoga for the rest of us. All of the benefits, none of the bullshit. There's plenty of bullshit here. It just doesn't have anything to do with yoga or fitness. And let's see. This is Morning Energy Yoga. This is a light to medium, moderate energy flow designed or with the intent of getting us moving and going to face the rest of our day. And I will tell you that on this end of this cold, it will probably be on the light end. I tried to do some yoga on maybe Friday. I can't remember, last week at some point, and it just wasn't going to happen. So I started coughing and my sinuses were a wreck. And so I had to take my own advice, which I give you all the time, which is be patient with your physicality, right? This body of ours is doing a lot of complex, higher order things without us even knowing. And we want to give it the respect and love it deserves. So I'm hydrating. I had to take some rest. And I'm going to give it a shot today because, man, I need some yoga. Here's what I've noticed. I have a little, I don't know what the deal is, but, I'm a menopausal woman and everyone's like, arthritis and menopause, and you should be taking HRT, which I can't because of another condition that I have. So I'm dealing with all the aches and the pains and the things and and let's face it, sleeping at this point is an extreme sport, right? So I desperately need yoga. I sleep better with it. I feel better with it when I'm doing it. And then somebody asked me, where was I at? Oh, I was at the dentist. And they said, "Oh, which do you prefer, yoga or Pilates?" And I laughed. Both. They work like this together. Even she's like, "Well, my doctor told me Pilates was better." You know why? Because a lot of yoga fucking sucks. But not here at the fucking yoga company. Because it's a therapeutic based flow that combines all of the things that are good for your joints. And it contains a lot of modification to protect your spine and all of the rest of the body. So we do things in tandem here. You could be out of alignment or you could be in alignment. That's what I used to tell my students. That was actually had to do with thoughts, words, and actions, but So let's get started. Comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Staff pose can be really accessible. If you're feeling your low back, which I am, you could tuck a pillow or a bolster underneath the back of your legs. That'll take that tension off of your hamstring, which is tugging on your low back. And I'm going to apologize right now if you're going to hear a lot of clicky clicks before we move on from staff pose. Cough drop, right? Had to have it. Mostly just for the throat action. Anyway, so you might be hearing that rattle around in my teeth. Where are we at? Oh, one leg out, one leg in. Sorry, I had to. It's all good. Modified Z-sit. I really like this one a lot. It is, I think, pretty accessible. And you're going to get this external rotational stretch in your hip flexor. And then you can control this adductor hamstring stretch by moving the angle of your leg. So the further out, the wider the angle, right, the stronger the stretch. And then you switch midpoint when I say change your position of your legs. Or you can join me in pleasant seated pose. Now, in both of those positions with your knee bent, your knees might be really high and you're leaning back to compensate. And then you're feeling that in your hip flexors. Grab a pillow, grab a bolster, grab a block. Slide them underneath the thighs to help support those legs. And then you can relax into these positions. And you're going to get over time, you'll build that external rotational flexibility. All right. Pulling your attention and awareness from the external to the internal, taking a scan of the body, checking in, state and quality of your physical form. How are you feeling, right? Notice any places or areas of tension or tightness that you might be feeling that maybe you were powering through or just kind of ignoring. Want to get real in touch with this physical vessel of ours so that we know where we're feeling it and how we're going to feel after the flow. Moving that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your thinking. Check in. How are you doing mentally? You know what? That's a big, broad conversation in today's society in the United States. So let's say, how are you? What's going on in the brain right now in the moment? Maybe your to-do list is humming along. Maybe you haven't quite woken up. It's all those things. And we want to hold some silence for ourselves. So let's slide anything that might be spinning around in that vortex of ours and off to the side. We want to hold our silence. We want to calm that noise and smooth it out and just be still. Be here on the mat for the next hour or so. Yeah? We're giving ourselves this time because it offers us so much more as we move through our day. And we're going to move that silence of thought into the attention of our breath. Now, I'm struggling a little bit with the breath today, right? Got sinuses going, got a little chest going. I'm on the tail end of a virus. It's windy as hell here today, so maybe you've got some autumn allergies. Maybe you too are recovering. I don't know what's going on, but pay attention to how the body's moving and how it's working with this breath. And traditionally in yoga, we breathe into and out of our noses. But if you're struggling with that, don't worry about that part. We're going to slowly invite that breath to get a little bit longer and a little bit deeper. And we're going to work to balance the length of inhale to the length of exhale. Now, I'm going to be working this breath today. This is going to be really part of my strong focus because I'm struggling with the breath. That's okay. I just want to concentrate on that rhythm of breath. It doesn't have to be the longest, deepest, most powerful breath you've got, which was my long-winded point. Wherever you are at with that length and bounce of breath, let's exhale all the air out of the lungs, reaching on down to the mat. Moving with the inhale up. And releasing with the exhale down toward the floor. If you haven't moved in a while, as I have not moved in a while, this feels really good. All right, let's head for our lateral extension. Taking that left arm down. Actually, I've changed my approach to this a little bit, so pay attention to this part. Get into that warrior two arm, right? Let the shoulders drop down. I'm in a T arm, but my fingertips are a little bit below my shoulders. And then I'm rotating the body around the center of gravity. And for me, it's the belly button. It might not be the belly button for you until I can touch the mat. Scoop the belly up. Inhale, up, stretch through the side body. Release those arms down to the T first. And now rotate. Oh, I can't remember in the last few weeks when I discovered this discussion or this approach to this pose, but I find it a lot more effective than just tilting over, because it keeps the shoulders in alignment and it turns it into this lateral extension rather than collapsing over the waistband, because you're reaching up with that top arm at the same time you're touching the mat with the lower arm. Let's do one more because I lost count. Sorry. Habits. T and then stretch. Oh, yeah. Inhaling up, let's go ahead and take our first forward fold. Tracing the fingers down, tuck the chin, roll the shoulders, forearms come down, knees, calves, ankles block our floor. I'm going to stick with the calves because my blocks are out of reach. Tuck the chin, wiggle the toes, release tension out of the feet. Unwind the body, walking hands back. Lovely stretch up toward the ceiling. Taking the hands down to the back of the, my ball's kind of in the way. I'll worry about, I don't know why that's out of the way. I had to change some things around. I don't know why that's there. All right, tucking the hands behind the hips. Oh, that's not going to work for me either. Bowing the chin. And we're going to tuck the ear. We're going to tilt the head over to one side and tuck the ear toward the shoulder. Bowing the chin. And taking the, oof. I'm going to have to spend some time with the thumb arm. I've been sleeping elevated so that I can breathe, my head drain. And man, I'm stiff. My upper body, stiff. Bowing the chin forward. Taking a tilt of the ear over to the other side. Oh. I'm going to bow my chin a little bit and rock the head back. I'm working through this strap muscles. I don't think that's what they're called, but I always forget what they're called. Take the tilt of the arm. I think one of my massage therapists have called them strap muscles before. Oh. Bowing the chin. Unwinding the spine. Taking the hands around the front of the body. We're going to change the placement of the legs. If you're in staff pose, stay right where you're at. Unwind it. Oh. So tight hips, tight hamstrings, tight adductors mean a lot of knee response to these positions. Woo! Man, I need some yoga. All right. We're just going to work through some cactus arm, C-curve spine. I'm just working through this cramp I'm getting around my knees. Nice big inhale up. Cactus arm. C-curve. I'm gonna be talking about my knees a lot and my hips because I am working toward jogging again. And exhale. And I'm going to try and start. I'm going to work taking the bow on getting on the bike for Cyclofusion again. So I will record those. I'm going to throw those up for free. As I get them, you're going to see me suffer. For one, I do not like my bike. Oh, wiggle the toes, relax the feet. It was a poor choice of purchase. And then for two, it's going to kick my ass. Oh, this feels so good and so horrible at the same time. Ooh. Walking back the hands, taking the unwind of the spine, big release on up. Taking the hands down to the hips, bowing the chin. Tilt the ear over to one side. Ooh. Releasing the chin forward and taking the tilt of the ear over to the other side. It feels good to be back on the mat. I'm really happy to be moving toward a more regular routine again. I was getting there before Scotland. Scotland, we did our best to record in Scotland. Next trip, bowing the chin forward, tracing the fingertips around the body, slowly stacking cervical spine. There, I will just have to incorporate a location, a residence, unwinding. That accommodates the yoga because I have to do it, especially traveling. All right. Oh, my goodness. Moving to hands and knees. I like to pad my knees with a blanket. You're going to see me struggle a little bit in the next few videos because I'm taking a trip to Dallas and I'm only bringing my yoga towel. So that might be interesting. 2 hands, fist width. I need to figure out how to transport a yoga blanket. Oh. I have an idea. We'll see. All right, 2 fist widths, side by side. I'm putting a block between my ankles. Sorry, I had a thought. I want to keep my knees, calves, shins, and feet in parallel. That's going to change the rotation of my hip flexors, and it amps up the energy of these stretches. So if you want to test that theory out, you could put a pillow between your ankles. If you have a block is great. I also use a foam block between my ankles because I'm pressing the first metatarsal of my feet into it, and I don't want to hurt the cork. Blocks are very effective, but they're hard. Inhaling at center. We're going to tuck the chin, exhale, take the forearms down, little scoop of the belly, draw back into the hips, releasing the fingers, roll the wrists, and inhaling forward. Tucking the chin, taking the forearms down, scooping the belly, drawing back into the fold. Oh. And again. Inhaling forward. We're going to take a what the fuck lean. Ho, ho, ho. That's the hip, man. Right there. Inhaling and leaning. So hip tightness is a combo platter because your hip girdle is made up of a variety of muscles. And again. So there's the piriformis, the glute med right here. Into a little insertion of the hamstring. Oh. And then right on the inside is the adductor, the hamstring, the quad, the hip flexors. Oh. And one more time. Oh, man. Inhaling to center, let's angry cat tuck it. Oh. And then flat back to Chakravarkasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, drop back into the fold, little rock side to side. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. And inhaling forward. What the fuck lean. So another thing I had discovered on my travels, and I can't remember if I talked about this last week or not. This mat, which is a Manduka Pro black, is wide. I'd have to measure it. I think it's 32 inches wide. Tuck the chin, angry cat tuck. Flat back, tuck the toes, and just take this gentle stretch. I'm not even pressing back here. Tight, tight feet. My Manduka Travel is a Pro Light. It's not a travel mat. Is, I would say, a full 1.5 inches. I think it's only 29 inches. So it's a full inch, if not a little bit more narrow. And so I discovered that in my placement. Flatten the toes, inhaling to center, tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, and draw back. And I'm glad I did. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Because it brought to my attention, we all don't have the same mat, right? The same workspace. So I would like you to think about wherever your hands are on the mat, right? Bring those arms out forward and think about lining up the thumb, the heel of your hand, with the center of your shoulder. It's a little wider. And I have in the past cued, like, for me, that position on this mat, if I spread my fingers, the tip of my pinky touches the edge of the mat. But you can see, if I did that on a mat, if I said, okay, I'm on that narrower mat and I'm spreading my pinkies out to touch the edge, that's a totally different placement of my hands. So on that narrower mat, my pinkies are literally off the mat when I do that. It's really about the thumb alignment to the shoulder, right? Now, I'm very broad-shouldered. I have a linebacker shoulder, so my stance is pretty wide. I want your thumbs in relationship to your chest, right? Your stance position. So line that thumb up, the center of the thumb joint right here, to the center of your shoulder. I'm going to blow my nose, excuse me. Man, oh man, oh man. Hanging on this. Let's see. Let's go ahead and what the fuck lean. And what the fuck lean. Let's do that again just because it feels really good. You can move forward and back in this lean and kind of work through those connections around that hip. That's the placement of the femur, the head of the femur, against the, or to the interior of the pelvic cradle. Angry cat tuck. That's what makes up your hip joint. Flat back, tuck the toes. I'm still not putting any pressure. I am concentrating on the rotation of the ankles. So if your ankles supinate, pronate, supinate, pronate, no, supinate, I don't remember. Rock them in. If they supinate, rock them out. And I want you to feel in parallel through the shin and the ankle. Come down to the forearms. Take that pressure off the wrists. Roll up into the balls of the feet. Just a gentle stretch of the calves. I'm looking straight down at the mat or down at my toes. So tight, so tight, so tight. Excuse me. Coming down to the mat. Up to hands and knees. Tuck the feet. Tuck the chin. Take the forearms down. Chakravarkasana bow. Release into the fold. Little rock side to side. Oh, those knees. Are you feeling your knees? I'm feeling my knees. Oh. Inhaling forward. What the fuck, lean? Oh. And exhaling. That's a dead bug. And not the good kind. We're going to do that again because I lost track and it just feels really good. I'm going to rock a little forward, working around those insertion points that keep your femur in that hip girdle. Oh, angry cat tuck. Flat back, tuck the toes. Work on that placement of ankle, and I'm going to take a little lean back. I just want to stretch through. This is one of the few positions that I say you can actually be in those toes. The toes are not holding your body weight up, right? Your body weight's on your hands and knees. But I want you to stretch through the foot. Come down to the forearms. Let's take that pressure off the wrists. And rock up into that gentle calf stretch. So my knees are soft and I'm reaching down toward the mat with the heels. Taking the knees down, flatten the toes. Bring back into the hips. I gotta take a sip of water. Yeah, I'm not feeling great. Suddenly. Excuse me. This is an inner ear thing, I think. Which is leading me to feel a little vertigo. Which is leading me to feel a little nauseous. Whew. I'm gonna have to throw this out as a mini, my folks, my love, my great badasses. Grace and kindness, motherfuckers. I'm listening to my body. Ciao.